Okay, so in this session, I'm going to discuss difference between get and navigate method. What the use of get and navigate method. So in WebDriver, in Selenium WebDriver, we have one get method. Get method we have discussed earlier. Using get method, we can load a web page in the current browser window. Using navigate method also we can load a web page into the current browser window. Then what's the difference between both them? Because using get method we can also load a web page into the browser, and using navigate method also you can load a web page into current browser window. Then what's the difference between get and navigate method? Let's try to understand. First, we try to understand example, then we list out the difference between web get method and navigate method. Okay, so now I'm going to create one tester class. So where we need to create tester class? Under testing package. All testing classes we are placing under testing package. So right click on testing package. Go to the new, and here you need to select a class. Okay, so now here give the class name, like I give the class name navigator tester class. What is the class name? Navigator tester. So here I'm going to create one class with name navigator tester class. So this is taking a little bit time. Just wait. Now my class is created. Now under that class, let's define our test method, public void navigate test method. So now this method we have need to annotate at the rate test annotation. We need to annotate using at the rate test annotation. And now our class needs to extend which class? Base test class. So now we need to extend base test class. So here we need to import org.testng.annotation. Okay, so we have defined our test method. Let's now we try to use navigate method. So you can check here once we launch the browser, yes or no. So browser which open which URL? This web page, yes or no. So go to your tester class, navigator tester. Once we open the saucer demo page, so I want to navigate, yes or no, to other page. I want to navigate from saucer demo to google.com. So how we can navigate? So if you want to perform navigation related functionality, so in WebDriver you can check here WebDriver. On the WebDriver you can call method navigate method. You can read this. What the navigate method does? It will provide one of instruction allowing the driver to access browser history and to navigate to a given URL. If you want to navigate a given URL, yes, no, then you can navigate to a given URL using the navigate method. Suppose I will give one scenario. Suppose you have opened a web page. First of all, you launch the browser. In this browser, I suppose I'm open which web page, suppose saucerdemo.com. So saucer demo. Okay, once this saucer demo is open, from saucer demo, I want to navigate google.com. Google.com. So once we open google.com, from google.com, suppose I want to navigate to gmail.com. So you can navigate gmail.com. Gmail.com. Once you navigate gmail.com, so which is the currently web page is loaded in the browser window? Gmail.com. But I want to back. So in the recent history, which recently you have opened the page google.com. So I want to back. So you can back, yes, no, using in google.com. Okay, if you want to go forward again, so I want to move forward. So again from google.com, which one you last page you have opened? Yes, you can gmail.com. So you can forward also. So you can perform navigational related activity using the navigate method. Using get method, we can only open the web page. Whereas using navigate method, we can open the page and we can perform back and forward and we can navigate and we can refresh the web page also. But using get method, you can't perform navigation like forward, backward, refresh the page. You can't perform. But using get method, you can't perform this thing. But using navigate, you can load up web page in the current browser window as well as you can perform navigational activity also. So that is the difference between get and navigate method. Let's now try to check here. So I'm going to navigate to which URL? Google.com. So let's copy the google.com page. We just copy the google.com. So you can go to the browser and from browser you can copy the google.com URL and you can paste here. So WebDriver.navigate. Okay, on that navigate, where what navigation activity you want to perform? I want to navigate to new URL. I want to navigate to new URL. So you can call two method. And here you can pass, you can check here, you can pass a URL. You want to navigate to which URL? I want to navigate to this URL. So you can use which method? To method on to the navigate. So this method what does? It load a new web page in the current browser window. So navigate dot to this will load a new web page in the current browser window. Okay. After that loading new web page, I will give some delay. So I'm using here thread.sleep. So suppose I give a delay for 2 seconds. So you are able to see the output. So I give the delay 2 seconds. And then again, I want to navigate. I want to navigate new URL. So you can copy this line and paste here. I want to navigate to which URL? I want to navigate suppose gmail.com, which is gmail.com. So which URL we want to copy? I want to copy gmail.com. Gmail.com. So let's copy the here URL. Okay, so just in place of Google, you can write gmail.com. Gmail.com. Okay, again we have delay here. Thread.sleep 2000 millisecond. And then what we want to do? I want to go back. So how we can go back? So navigate the WebDriver dot we need to call navigate. Okay. Now on that we need to call back method. So back method what does? We can move back a single item in the browser history. So if you want to perform navigational activity like forward, backward, yes, no. If you want to perform backward, so you can call two method. sorry, you can call navigate dot back method. So back method, what does back method? Check here. What is the back method does here? Back method moves back a single item in the browser history. Okay, let's again I give some delay. So thread dot sleep I'm using and 2000. Yes, no, I'm using 2000 millisecond. And now I want to move forward. So on WebDriver, yes, no, you can call navigate and then which method? Forward method. So forward method, what does? It will move an item, yes, no, single item forward in the browser history. In the browser history, if you want to move forward, yes, no, then you can call forward method. So you can call forward webdriver.navigate.forward. So navigate method, you can check here, guys. If you click on that navigate method, what written? Navigation object. It will return one navigation object. Once you get a navigation object, on that navigation, you can check here. Navigation is the interface. So using navigation object, we can perform navigational related activity in the browser. Like which navigational activity related? Like you want to move forward, if you want to move backward, yeah, you want to navigate to new URL from the current URL. So first you need to get a navigate object. How you can get? By calling navigate method on a WebDriver. If you want to load a new web page in the current browser window on that navigation object, you can call to method. If you want to move a single item back in the browser history, so on the navigational object, yes, no, you need to call back method. So how you can get navigational object? Using webdriver.navigate method. It returns navigational object. On that navigational object, you can call back method, move back a single item in the browser history. If you want to move forward in the browser history, then you can call forward method on the navigational object. How you can get navigational object? Using webdriver.navigate method. Okay, I want to give some refresh, give some delay. Again, thread dot sleep. Okay, I want to refresh a web page. So if you want to refresh a web page, you can refresh a web page using navigational object. So you can use WebDriver dot call a navigate method, and then you can call a refresh method. So refresh method, what does? It refresh the current page. If you want to refresh the current page, you can call the refresh method. So now it will refresh the current page. And then we want to close the browser. So on a WebDriver, okay. So now I give some delay. After that also thread dot sleep 2000 millisecond. Okay, I will copy this line. I'm putting in the starting also. So suppose once page is loaded, default which page is loaded, you can check in the configuration.properties file. I have mentioned that URL, which URL will open source or demo. So now we'll try and run this check here. Now run this test case. Now you can check here. It will load a web page in the browser. You can check here. Which page first is loaded? Now it navigate to google.com. And after 2 seconds, you can check here. It will navigate to Gmail. And after that, you can check here. It will back to and again forward to gmail.com. And then it will close the browser. So now you can check your test case is passed. So in this way, you can perform navigational activity. So what the difference between get method and navigate method? Using get method, we can navigate, sorry. Using get method, you can load a web page. You can load a web page. I hope it's clear. Okay, write down here question also. So what's the difference between get and navigate method? What the difference between get and navigate method? So using get method, we can only we can only open the web page. We can only open the web page. Whereas using navigate method, we can open the page and we can click yes or no back and forward and we can refresh the web page. We can refresh the web page. So using navigate method, we can refresh the page. This is the difference between get and navigate. I hope it's clear. Okay, so in this session, I'm going to write one script. Write a script to open google.com and we need to verify that title is Google and also verify that it is redirected. It is redirected. It is redirected to gmail.com. Suppose gmail.com. Okay, so we have tried to write this script. So now we need to go to the Eclipse ID. And now we need to create new class. Go to the class option. And here we need to write Google tester class. So here now Google tester class needs to extend base class. So extend base test class, base test class. Now we define one test method, public void Google test, Google test, Google title test, suppose Google title test. Okay. So here we want to load which web page? I want to load google.com. So google.com. So this is the URL for google.com. So if you want to load google.com, nothing you need to do. In base test class, already you have written the logic to load a web page. So just go to the configuration.properties file and here you can change the URL. Yes or no? So just here you need to supply your URL, which URL you want to open. So just I want to open suppose this URL. Now save it. Now it will load which web page? Google.com. Go to the Google tester class. So now make this method as a test method. So just by annotating at the test annotation. And now once web page is loaded, I want to retrieve the title. How we can get the title of the current web page? So using WebDriver. So WebDriver dot get title method. So it will return the title of the current page. So you can get the title of the current web page using get title method. So call the get title method to get the title of the current page. Now it will return title in a string form. You can store in one variable title. So this is the actual title we can say. This is the actual title. Okay, what you are expecting title? So here you can declare one variable string expected title. Your expected title is a suppose is a Google. Okay, now here we need to check whether actual title and expected title is match or not match. So expected title and actual title value if you want to match, so you can use assert. So in TestNG will provide one asset classes. In this asset classes, we have some static method asset equals. So this method take actual value and expected value. If actual value and expected value is matched, then test case is pass. Otherwise, your test case is fails. Now, if this yes or no actual title and expected title is matched, then your test case is pass. Now we need to run one more test case where we need to verify navigation. We need to verify it is a redirected to gmail.com or not. So for that, what you need to do? Okay, first you need to check the title and then you need to, okay, you can write one more test case after that. Yes, no? Public, okay, I will copy paste and Google redirection test, suppose I get. So what we are expecting, we want to redirect from here. And once we redirect, so we need to check the URL. So how we can redirect? So for redirect, okay, just check here. Okay, once web page is open, which web page? Google.com. So we need to verify that is a URL that is a open is a correct URL is open or not URL. So how you can get the URL? You can get the URL using WebDriver. You have WebDriver. In the WebDriver, we have one method get current URL. You can check here. Get current URL. This method what returns? This method return a string representation current URL that browser is looking at. So it returns string representations current URL. So it returns the current URL in the form of string. So you can store in one variable string. This is the actual URL. You can say that you have opened actual URL. And what you are suppose you are expecting to open URL. So here is string expected URL. You can specify here your expected URL. Suppose you are expecting this URL when browser web driver launch a browser, and we need to verify whether web driver launches a browser and it will load this URL or not. So go to the Google tester and here you can type your expected URL. So you can paste here. And now you need to match whether your expected URL and actual URL is both are same or not. How you can match? Using assert. So assert equals, and here you can pass actual URL and expected URL. If actual value and expected values match, then your test case is passed. So here we have two test cases. If you want to run all test case, so you can click here also run all. If you want to run any particular test case, so you can click on run. So then it will execute that particular test. Suppose if you want to run all test cases, just click on run all. And now you can check. Now WebDriver was started successfully. Now you can check here. How many test cases? You can check here. There are two test cases. All those test cases is pass. There are two test cases. Both test cases is pass. So I hope it's clear. Thank you.